Yo, what is poppin', my guys? It is your boy Ashley coming at you with a double header today. I got two videos, so I've been falling behind on my UBLN shit, which I do feel bad about. As far as the recording goes, I've been playing my games every week, but as far as uploading goes, I've just been kind of swamped, and it feels like in my free time I'm just having to play my games, and that's really mostly what I have time for. I've gotten a couple of videos out here and there, but nothing that requires me to really sit down and focus as much as these do. So I do apologize for that. I am going to be trying to bring them up more frequently. I do have a Wi-Fi battle coming next week, guys. Finally a Wi-Fi battle. And I think that we'll be getting Wi-Fi battles more and more as the season progresses, thankfully, because my schedule definitely is freeing up a little bit. So let's go ahead and get right into the mix. So as you can see here, we are playing Tim, coach of the Detroit Darmanitans, and he has a very intimidating team. And I'm not going to go over my team prep and everything, guys. I've been checking my video analytics. Most people don't really watch it anyway. That doesn't mean I'm going to stop for the future. I'm still going to do it because there are people that do watch it, but it seems like a majority of you don't really watch it. So this video this week is just going to be straight up because I'm going to be going over two games. I played them a long time ago. I don't have their teams open. This is basically just going through these replays. This is a little bit more laid back, man. I actually tried to record this game in particular, but I didn't really like the way the commentary came out once I was done. So I'm just gonna try it again. You know how it goes. So this is a team I prepped for myself. I brought Scarfer and Pardos. I brought Ninetales, Gengar of some sorts. I brought a Lopunny, as you can see, Mega Lopunny, as you cannot see yet, but should assume. We got Tangrowth, and this is not Assault Vest Tangrowth. This is Rocky Helmet Tangrowth. And then we have a defensive Latias set. Especially defensive, but like it has one attacking move, I think, and like Roost, Defog, Thunder Wave, or some shit. Like this is a really bad prep, guys. I think this might be the worst prep I've brought ever. To any match, this might be my worst prep. But alright, guys, sorry, I got interrupted. So I'm just going to go ahead and start the battle here. So I'm going to lead Ninetales to get my Aura Veil up. And as you can see, he is going to lead his Kyurem. So I look at this Kyurem and I say, okay, he could be Scarf, right? And if he is Scarf, because this is how a lot of people that I've talked to, at least, may not everybody, I'm sure this may not even be the best way. I don't know. I guess this is how I view it. Whenever I'm a Scarf and I have it out, I always kind of assume that the play I made lets them know that I'm Scarfed. Like, I feel like he might have thought, okay, he knows I'm Scarfed because I led with it. I wouldn't lead with it if it wasn't Scarfed or something like that. But I don't know. I guess I just didn't really want to believe that it was Scarf, because I looked at my team and I look at Scarf Kyurem and I'm like, that does not look very good. But you know what? We're going to say, damn it, I bet he's not Scarfed. I bet he stays in and Ice Beams and is Life Orb or something. Maybe Specs. I bet he stays in and Ice Beams. And I can get my Aura Veil up scot-free. So that's definitely the plan. And you will see that turn 1, he is Scarfed. And he is going to Flash Cannon and Oko or Alola Ninetales. So that's not very good. Especially because you look at my team, realize that Tangrowth is not Assault Vest. And realize that, we don't really have anything for Scarf Flash Cannon. So he's going to go right here into his Quagsires. I'm going to Mega Evolve with my Mega Lopunny. I think I just throw off a sub here. I do. I think I can't remember why I brought the sub so that I could try and sub up in case he wanted to go, like, so if I can take something out and he can't. Sorry guys, I'm off today. Subbed up so that he wouldn't be able to bring in his Landorus if I had a sub up. Like, if I knocked something out, and like if I knocked out this Quagsire and I had that sub up, he couldn't lower my attack by going into Landorus, and I could take him out with an Ice Punch. So that would be very nice. Here I'm afraid of dying to this Earthquake, so I'm just going to switch out right here into Tussin the Latias. I love that Honeydew. What's it called? Not Honeydew, that like cantaloupe color it's got. That's really nice. Sorry, I never really see the shinies, so I was really happy that I could use it. He's going to throw off a Toxic as I throw off the Toxic of my own. I am a defensive Latias, as I said, and he is going to recover up. So yeah, this is looking pretty bad considering that I think my only attacking move is Shadow Ball, or some shit like that, because it hit something on his team super effectively that he didn't bring. So I'm just going to go right here in the spooky bill. I think that Gengar can really kind of force this thing to switch with the threat of a Z move. Hopefully it can get it to switch with the threat of a Z move, as I'm going to predict that double into my Tangrowth, because I could have just gone into my Tangrowth anyway, because it definitely could have taken out that Quagsire. But I think I wanted the switch initiative. I think I wanted him to go Regirock is what I was trying to predict here. But instead he goes Crobat. He's just going to Brave Bird and do a hefty chunk to my Tangrowth. He is going to get the Brave Bird off. I'm sorry, the recoil damage from the Brave Bird as I get off the Sleep Powder. So not sure what the point of going for that there was. I guess I thought he might want to switch into Volcarona, even though I have Thunder Wave on my Latios to try and paralyze Volcarona. I don't know, man. This prep, I'm telling you, this prep was horrible. But I get the free switch into Rampardos here, even though he still has Landorus and Regirock. I probably should have switched into Lopunny or literally anything else. I didn't play this game that well either. Tim brought a really good prep, as you can see. I'm going to get the Stealth Rocks up here, which is very nice for that Volcarona, as well as getting damage on that Crobat, because I'm going to switch right here back into my Tangrowth, because it's really the only thing on my team that I want going against this Landorus until I can confirm that it doesn't have either Knockoff or HP Ice, and it has Knockoff, as you can see. So he has a leftover set that is a bulky set, which is unfortunate since my Latios is also a bulky set and he has a super effective move and I do not. So I'm just going to throw out the Leech Seed here, try and get some damage back, as he is going to throw up his rocks. So I do get a little bit of health back, which is nice, but he's going to take it back when he U-turns on this turn just to bounce out of there. He took it back plus a little bit extra. So he is going to switch right here into, I believe, his Kyurem. Yeah. I cheated. I waited until the name came up before I said I believe. So I'm gonna throw off the Seed Bomb. That does absolutely nothing. So now he knows that I'm not Assault Vest, right? Bop, Ice Beam. Look at my team right now and tell me that with Stealth Rocks comes in on Scarf, Ice Beam, Kyurem. Yeah, pretty much GG. So he clean sweeps through me here with Ice Beam, which looking at, I mean, he could have done on the first turn. He didn't know that the Tangrowth was Assault Vest, so I assume that's what it was. But he could have switched out Kyurem. Like he could have started it, used Flash Cannon, knocked out the Alolan Ninetales, switched it out, switched it literally right back in, and then just hit Ice Beam and won. Because he just, look, I'm going to turn up the speed just so you can see how fast I get bobbed here. Because this part of the game was swift. This part of the game went very fast. Because it's literally just Ice Beam, Ice Beam, Ice Beam, Ice Beam. However, we do get a little bit of justice at the end here, as he is going to Ice Beam, and we're going to throw up that D-Bond. So that boy's coming with us. At least it wasn't a 6-0. Am I right, guys? At least it was only a 5-0. Ha ha ha. Good game, Tim. For real. You absolutely whopped me. He beat me way better than I beat him last season. So now we're 1-1. I can't wait for future games with this man, because he's good. He's good. I know he's good. So anyway, I will move on to the next game. He won 5-0. I think he didn't even bring Volcarona out once. Literally never touched the field. Disgusting. And we're back at it. Sorry guys if you hear my phone ring like it just did. Thank you, phone, for coming in on cue. I am actually waiting for a phone call, so sorry, can't get around it. I didn't really know that I was going to be recording at this time today. I don't think it'll happen, but if it happens, you know, I'll be right back. Anyway, we're playing Tristan. He is the coach of the Flygons. He has taken over for one of the multitude of coaches that dropped from the league. We're chugging along, guys, I promise. So this week we brought Gengar, which is timid, max speed, max special attack, because that's the only way I could outspeed everything I needed to on his team, or speed tie everything on his team, as well as get the damage off that I needed. So we also have a Mega Lopunny set. We have our Ninetales set, which I believe is Scarf, I want to say. I think it could be. I can't remember. Gastrodon set, we have a Shukaberry Magneton, and we have a nice Mandibuzz. Pretty typical of the teams that we've been bringing. I think these 6 mons are the ones that we bring the most often. Typically. I mean, we bring Darmanitan a lot too. Maybe we bring Darmanitan more than Gastrodon, but this is a nice little squad. As you can see, he has a very intimidating team. Entei, Aromatisse, he has a Crocodile, Heliolisk, Manaphy, and Kartana. So this is a matchup I was definitely scared of. He's got a lot of options to sweep. Most of these mons could sweep, given the circumstances. If he can get rid of Mandibuzz, Scarf, Earthquake, Moxie, Crocodile is GG. Like, that thing will shred me. Anyway, we're going to hit play. He's going to lead off with the Heliolisk, as we are going to lead off with our Gastrodon. So, I'm not sure what kind of momentum I expected to get leading Gastrodon, but I don't know. Oh, okay. I remember what it was. Okay, I wanted to scout to see what kind of, if he had hidden power, like what kind of hidden power he had. I'm so sorry. I'm actually gonna go back and talk about that, because it took me a long time to pick my lead, because I figured that he would be able to kill my Ninetales and be faster than my Ninetales. He was faster than almost everything. So I wanted to lead Gastrodon because he wouldn't be able to hit me with the Electro move, and then switch into Magneton, because Magneton can take Hyper Voices if he doesn't have Hidden Power Grass, or if he's, it walled anything he wanted to go for that would be effective against Gastrodon. So here he's just going to switch right out into his Crocodile, as I'm going to try to Volt Switch, kind of just hoping he doesn't go into Crocodile. He's going to get his rocks up here, as I'm just going to stay in an HP Ice, because as I said, I am Shokaberry, so I think that I could tank one of these Earthquakes, but he gets a go roll and knocks me out. So unfortunately, if we hadn't been Volt Switched on, that would have been nice, but when you lead Gastrodon, you don't really leave yourself with a lot of options. So we're going to go into my gal here, Mandibuzz. So he's going to taunt me, which is a nice play, even though I went ahead and hit the U-turn anyway, predicting something like that, as he is going to live on 3%. So we got a bad roll on that. I think it was like, it wasn't like a 50-50. It was a little bit more than that in our favor, but we didn't get it. It's what happens as Pokemon, whatever. He's going to be able to retreat his Crocodile here and maintain that Intimidate, seeing as I don't have any way at all of getting up rocks, because I actually picked up Steelix and dropped Lapras, for those of you that don't know. So, and I didn't bring Steelix, so I'm going to go ahead and try and hit Drain Punch here. As you can see, that's not going to do very much. Still gives a good chip, a good bit of chip, but then he reveals leftovers. So, there's that phone call. I will be right back. Alright guys, sorry about that. So, I'm going to switch right here into my Ninetales, because I know I can take a Moonblast, and I'm not too worried about it, as he does actually just throw off a Toxic. So, it is what it is. What can you do about it? Not really much. I didn't have anything that I would really rather beat Toxic, so I'm just going to throw up the Aura Veil here, as he's going to Moonblast, and do a nice 16-17%. Not too bad through a Veil, at least. It'd be doing way more if it wasn't up. So I'm just going to switch out here, because I know that my Gengar can pretty much tank a Moonblast all day, every day. If he tries to Toxic again, predicting my switch, that's not going to do much either. But he does choose to Wish, so here I'm in a pretty good spot. I just need to make the correct prediction on the move, on what he's going to do to come in. And I predict him to go anything but Heliolisk, and I hit Shadow Ball. And as you can see, that is going to absolutely yoink that Kartana. That thing gets bopped. That thing has trash special defense. So I'm not surprised, but very nice of him to sacrifice up his Kartana for me, because that thing actually could do a lot of work to my team. Leaf Blade for the Gastrodon, the steel move, whatever it is, for Ninetales. I think I am choiced as Gengar, or at least I'm bluffing choice, because I switch out here on the Heliolisk, as he is going to Thunderbolt, and that does nothing to my Gastrodon. So I know he has the HP Grass, but with the Aura Veil up, it actually is going to do nothing, considering I'm Spadef invested. I specifically wanted this thing to counter the Heliolisk, and yeah, that actually does nothing with the Rendo Berry. So I'm free to throw off a Toxic, because even though I text this thing to blast all this shit from the Heliolisk, I did not have myself Earth Power. So I am just an idiot. Did you know? Because I didn't. Anyway, I'm going to make another really dumb play and sack off my Ninetales here by switching into it. I I'm fairly certain it was scarfed, so I could have begun to put in a little bit of work with things like freeze dry or moonblast eventually, but whatever, just go ahead and sack it off to the HP grass. So let's just keep Gastrodon around for some reason. I guess I'm just keeping Gastrodon around as a sack to Entei or something like that, but it really doesn't serve a whole lot of purposes. I mean, it's nice for the toxic damaging, but I'm just gonna go for the return here, as that does 60% to this Aromatisse. I wish I'd have done that on the switch earlier. I could have just sat in and kept returning, but unfortunately we didn't think that far ahead. I am just going to click return again, as it protects, which is fine. I mean, it didn't wish, so that doesn't really bother me at all. I obviously did 60% last time. I think I can manage to knock it out after it's at 25, especially since the hail keeps it there, even though it has leftovers. So he is just going to switch out right here, probably into his Crocodile. Yeah, sack that thing off, get the Intimidate, get the attack drop, and that is really unfortunate that we did not kill that earlier with the U-turn. If we had killed that earlier with the U-turn, he would have had to go into something like Heliolisk, which might not have been able to... No, I'm sorry, he really wouldn't have much to go into. I mean, he could have gone Manaphy, but... Or I guess he would have gone Entei, as he shows here. I'm so dumb. But yeah, he would have just gone Entei. I'm going to switch out here into Mandibuzz because my attack is dropped. If my attack were not dropped, I could high jump kick and kill this thing, but I decided that I would probably just switch anyway because the Rocky Helmet damage is going to be doing a good bit, and I can preserve that Mega Lopunny for later in the game. Considering it does outspeed everything, I don't want to lose it to Extreme Speed, a priority move. So I'm going to go here to Gengar and just fire off a Sludge Wave, I think, because I don't have to go for Shadow Ball anymore. I can just go for Sludge Waves. If he had given me Heliolisk there, that would have been really nice, but unfortunately he just sacks Aromatisse, as we are going to sludge. Just keep sludging, baby. Keep sludging. So here he goes out into Manaphy, right? And to kill Manaphy here, it's a roll. It's like it's like 88 to 101 or 102. So I wasn't trying to kill here. I had no reason to kill here, but I knew I outspeed because I'm max speed timid, you know, and I decide to stay in and Sludge Wave because I don't want this thing to set up. I don't think I can KO it from full with Mega Lopunny, so I'm just going to Specs Sludge Wave this thing. I'm sorry. All that build up and I switch. Anyway, I'm going to go into Gastrodon as he is just going to Psychic. And that does nothing, as you can see. So, he's going to use Tail Glow, raise that special attack up. As you can see, I'm just going to recover. So, I don't think going Gastrodon here was the right play at all. I think staying in with Gengar and Sludge Waving originally was a much better play. But... unfortunately, I allowed him to set up. He does get the crit there, which is really unfortunate because now, even with my leftovers, oh, I'm sorry, I don't have leftovers. I had Rando Berry. Now he will not be able to. Oh, sorry, I won't be able to recover. But anyway, I still outspeed with my Gengar, and now it is definitely 100% in range of a Specs Sludge Wave, right? As I was talking earlier. So you'll see here, he outspeeds me, and I'm so confused. I don't know what's happening. I go back and I look at my prep, and unfortunately, it was max speed modest, and I did not put that. I remember specifically being timid because that's the only way I could outspeed. That's the only way I bring Specs is if I can outspeed everything on his team that I need. Like, God, I'm so mad because if I was able to get the Sludge Wave off there, I would have won this game. I would have won this game because Manaphy would have died, Heliolisk would have died, and Entei would have died. He would preserve Entei for the late game, obviously, because if he can knock out Gengar with this Heliolisk, then then he can just Extreme Speed the low punny and win because he has rocks up. So it wasn't a lock. I had to get some rolls and shit in my favor, and he had to be speed creeping something with his Heliolisk instead of running max speed. But man, that is so disappointing that this game, because this was a really good game. I think we were both playing well. This is a really good game, and then he just sweeps with Manaphy, obviously, because I'm gonna go right here into Mega Lopunny, as you can see. I'm gonna return, but it's not gonna do enough. He is bulky Manaphy, and yeah, and you can even see in the chat. He's like, wait, what? I outspeed? I was like, I didn't think so. He's like, do you have max speed investment? I thought I was. Unbelievable, man. But really good game to Tristan, man. He played a great game. I really enjoyed battling him. He was one of our replacements. I think he's friends with Masked Aura. But yeah, great game, man. Really good game. You bought me for sure. He brought good prep. I actually was surprised at how well my prep worked out, because I prepped for this game by myself, and usually that equals an L. Yeah, anyway, sorry, I was reading the chat where we were talking, where he said, GG, that was unlucky there at the end. Yeah, he's a really good guy. Anyway, I've been rambling. This video is probably going to get 3 views because I've been trash all over it. I really do apologize, but hopefully you guys will stick around, because we got some fire content coming to the channel. I've got a really fire collaboration coming up sometime soon. I have some... I think I'm going to ladder for Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. I think I'm going to ladder. Because I'm sure people want to see the new Mons. And I really want to play with the new Mons. And it's just been a minute since I laddered or did a ladder video. I made an RU team the other day, an E-Speed spam team. It's more just like fun to play with. I wouldn't say that it's a good team. But anyway, hope y'all enjoyed. Hope y'all appreciate. Yada yada yada. Like, comment, subscribe, all the bullshit. And I will see you guys next time. Peace.